Yo, what's up everybody? So if you click that thumbnail and you're watching this video, there's a good chance you're trying to connect this bad boy to your MacBook Pro and it will not update to firmware 3.0. But that's okay, because I spent an hour today trying to figure it out and I finally did. And I want to share that with you so you guys could start using those new features right now. So let's get in today's video and dive into the update. So I just got back from NAB. I had a couple video shoots this week and I finally settled in. The office is a little bit of a mess, but as you guys are aware, the new firmware for the Sony A7III and A7III just came out and I'm very excited about that. So for today's video, we're gonna just talk about how to update the camera using a MacBook Pro, because it seems to be an issue on the Reddit forums and all over the Sony forums. And I had an issue today where I kind of lost my shit for a second and yeah. This is what happened. Why won't you update? Come on, why won't you update? But have no fear, I was able to figure it out and I wanna help you guys update your cameras so you guys could rock with those new firmware updates and get out there and shoot some, I don't know, maybe dogs or cats and have eye autofocus work if that's something you're into, continuous eye autofocus for video, or not have to carry around a remote anymore when you're shooting your landscape time lapses, which is what I'm personally most excited for as this damn computer monitor turned off. All right, so we're back on. So let's go ahead and get a couple things together. You wanna have a USB Type-C cable, probably the one that came with your camera or something with an Android for you Android users, have that available. Obviously have your camera body available. And then in the description below, there's two links, one for the R3, one for the 7 III. Click on that and download the right one because you're gonna need it for the software update or the firmware update. It's the firmware update for the firmware update. Now let's dive into the computer and I'll show you guys this workaround so you can get that firmware update on your camera. All right, so now that you click the link in the description, this is for the A7R3. However, there's also one for the A7III and it's very much the same. You're gonna scroll down and then depending on if you have a Windows or a Mac, you're gonna select the right one. For you guys watching this, you probably own a Mac, so we're gonna click on that. Then all we have to do is go down to download. You're gonna scroll all the way down so this grayed out goes to blue. Click on that and now it's going to download. You might have to sign in or create an account on Sony, but then that is all you have to do for this next step. Okay, so now that we downloaded this firmware update, there's a couple things we have to do real quick to get this all dialed in. On the A7R3, and it should be around the same page on the A7III, we wanna go up to the setup and go to page 4. Then we want to go down to USB connection and have mass storage selected. Now, as you guys can see, it's grayed out and it's giving me this notification, this operation or setting not available as follows. Control with smartphone on. So what we need to do to be able to access that if mass storage isn't selected is go back to the menu. We're going to go to the globe and on page 1, you want to go down to control with smartphone and make sure this is turned off. Now, if we go back to page 4, we can go in here and it probably is on auto if this is your first firmware update. If not, just make sure mass storage is set up. Now we're gonna want to open up the firmware updater and get everything plugged into the computer. Okay, so once we download the software, we're gonna double click on the setting tool. Now, it might ask you for your password, so just go ahead, type that right in. Now, what you might notice is that this security and privacy keeps opening up and you have to keep clicking OK and it keeps popping up. It's a complete crap show, like you have no idea what's going on. You want to make sure that this is checked off. So it's open and then you're gonna type in your password and unlock it. Once it's unlocked, you should be able to hit the OK screen that's popped up on the computer and then it should work from here. Next, what I did was I opened up resources, clicked on system software updater, typed in my password, hit OK, and then I simply just plugged in my laptop to the camera, and now we could just hit next. And this should connect to the MacBook Pro and start the update like we just saw. And that's really it. You're gonna wait about 10, 20 minutes tops, and you will be updated. Now, prior to this, if you have already updated it on a Mac before, you may not have to do the first step, but that's what I had to do. I had to go into the security, unlock it, give that authorization, and then go into resources and open the system software updater for me to get this update. And that was it. Very confusing, not much information about it. It kind of was a pain in the ass, but we're all set now. All right, so that wraps up the video for today, guys. Just a quick, easy video for you guys using MacBook Pros that are having nothing but issues and headaches. Let me know in the comments below if my method was able to update your cameras. Also, what are you most excited about when it comes to the new features? The continuous eye autofocus for video, the cat and dog eye autofocus that's available right now, or not having to carry a remote to be able to shoot time lapses. And if you guys are new here, I drop content weekly based around the Sony camera system or giving you guys tips and tricks on how to become better content creators. Hit that bell for notifications. And until next time, guys, I'm Jason Anthony. Peace.